Hey, welcome to our website and our tutorial videos on MVP certification forms. So, you found the website, so we're going to start here at our home page. There's a lot of great information on this website that you might want to look at, but for this video we're going to focus on the MVP certification form. So you might notice over here on the left hand side of the page we have a lot of links. The links I'm going to want you to focus on are under certification information. Federal and State Hazelwood Act are here. For the purpose of this tutorial, we're going to use the federal link. So, once you go ahead and click on federal link, it's going to take you to a new page. This new page that you come to is going to be your federal educational benefits page. You can see we have multiple forms and checklists at the top. These two checklists on bottom are most important. So for the purposes of this tutorial, we'll go ahead and click on veterans. This checklist is going to be divided down the middle, the left hand side being new, never before used benefits, the right hand side being transferring students benefits. You can see that we have it broken into sections. This first section for Chapter 33, or Post 9/11 GI Bill, and then the second section being for Chapter 30, Montgomery GI Bill, so on and so forth. On the second page here, you'll see that we have other benefits as well, like 1606 and 1607. This is where you go to see all the forms that we're going to need in a checklist format for you to turn into our office so that you can receive your benefits and continue your education. So after we've checked on the checklist, we'll notice that all of them need an MVP certification form. That form can be found right above the checklist on our Forms and Checklist section. So we're going to go ahead over here and click on MVP certification form. Once we click that, it's going to open a PDF with the form in it. Now for this tutorial, I'm going to show you how to fill the form out with Adobe Acrobat. So for that program, we're going to go up here, click on this link that's going to save the file. But instead of saving it, we're just going to open it. And the default thing that it opens with should be Adobe Reader. When we click OK, we're going to open up the same form in our Adobe Reader, which is going to allow us to do some edits to it. Now that it's open, I'm going to go ahead and expand this window to the full screen so that you can see it more clearly. So here's our MVP certification form. This top section here is going to be for our office, so don't worry about that. This first couple sentences here are going to explain how you turn the document into us. We'll go over that a little more at the end of the tutorial. So the first thing you're going to do is click on this sign up here, which is going to allow you to edit the document. It's going to open this toolbar on the right hand side of the page. Everything that I show you or talk about can also be done by printing off the form and filling it out by pen or pencil. So now that we have this toolbar opened on the right hand side of the page, we're going to need to click on Add Text. Add Text is going to allow us to go in and basically fill the form out with a cursor and our keyboard. So the first section is primarily made up of personal information. Your full legal name. All you have to do to fill this in is just click in the box after you've clicked on Add Text. That's going to bring up a cursor and allow you to type in your information, just like this. It doesn't really matter where inside the box you click, as long as it's legible. So now I have this cursor blinking. I'm going to go ahead and type in my name. Not my full name, obviously. The next section is your Social Security number / VA file number. For almost everyone, your VA file number is going to be the same as your social. The only exception being if you're a Chapter 35 DEA student, in which case your VA file number is going to be the veteran's Social Security number followed by your suffix. Here in the R number, we're going to put our R number, which is the number you get from the university once you've been accepted. For the mailing address, we want to make sure that you guys fill out a permanent address, or at least as permanent as you can get. A dorm address isn't a very good one to put down. We prefer that you get the mail, even though we don't send it very often. If we do, we'd like it to be to an address such as your parents, or somewhere in town that you're going to live for a longer period of time. So, now that we've got our address pretty much filled in, we're going to move on to the next couple of things. The phone number you put is just whatever phone number is most likely for you to answer. Your cell phone for most people, or a home phone if you have one. Now that we have phone filled out, we go to email. For your email address, we would prefer if you would put your Texas Tech email address, which is going to be whatever you've been assigned at ttu.edu. You're more likely not to get our messages in your spam box if you do that. Now you're going to fill in your major, not your major that you want, whatever major it is that you actually have, which may be pre or may be undeclared when you're an incoming freshman, and your minor or your specialization or concentration if you have one. Now we move down to the second section of the form. For this, we're going to go over here and click on Add Checkmark. This is going to allow us to put a digital checkmark in the spots that apply to us. So for this example, we'll say that we're a veteran. We're going to click on checkmark again so we can add another checkmark. And we're going to move down here to the section that asks which benefit we're using. We're going to be using Chapter 33 for this example. Now we're going to add text again. This time we're going to put in our percentage, which can be found on our certificate of eligibility that was mailed by the VA. Now, we're going to circle whether or not we've turned in our military transcripts. So we're going to go to comments, and then drop down the drawing markups, and we'll see a circle here. Makes it easy to go ahead and circle that Y if we have turned in our military transcripts, or the N if we haven't. Now we scroll down on the form, and we're going to need some more check marks, it looks like. We'll say yes, we are a new student. Another check mark. No, we're not a transfer student. The last check mark, no, we were not enrolled at TTU last semester. Now, if we are taking Summer 1, we can list any classes that we take during the intersessions here, if it's applicable. If not, we leave it blank. The last section you'll need to fill out is this here that shows what semester and year you're taking and how many hours that you're taking that semester. Back to the text drawing, and we'll go right here and we'll fill in the year. Then we'll put the hours. These are how many hours we're actually enrolled in, not how many hours you plan on taking. If you do add or drop hours, there's a change form that you can come fill out. It's going to be the subject of our next tutorial. Lastly, we're going to go ahead and fill in the date here at the bottom. Everything on the right side of this section is for the MVP staff. Don't worry about that. Lastly, we need to put a signature on here, and that's actually really easy in an Acrobat. We're going to click on Add Signature, and then just type your name in this box. And we can go down here and change the font if we want something different, and click Accept. Now we have this movable see-through last name signature. We click where we want it on the line, and we're done. Form filled out. The last step is to go ahead and submit the form. So we have a few options for this. We can either print the form here and then bring it in person, fax it, or mail it, or we can save the form by clicking here, title it whatever we want, and attach it to an email and email it into our office. Once you've completed your form and saved it, you can email it to our address here at mvp@ttu.edu, fax it to 806-742-0480, or mail it to our address here. Or of course you can always deliver it in person to Drain Hall, room 147 on Texas Tech's campus. If you have any questions or concerns, please shoot us an email or continue looking on our website. That's it for the MVP certification form tutorial video. Look for one of our other tutorial videos on different forms and procedures you might need to certify your benefits. Thank you for your service, and thank you for choosing Texas Tech University as your university of choice. We look forward to serving you with as much dedication and pride as you've served us. Thanks.